Wait, Project Hail Mary didn't lecture the audience. How is it a blockbuster in Asia? From Bangalore to BGC. And how did Rocky help this Singaporean armed forces gent with his stomach flu? There's no better way to answer that than with Dr. Gosling's intentions. I can't play the video for YouTube reasons, so I'll just read it.
And why should the people listen to you?
Because like other movie tubers, I can speak with a Scottish accent. We've been saturated with apocalyptic narratives for the last decade. They almost feel inevitable, predestined at this point. Andy Weir creates an opportunity to pivot. Maybe the future is not to be feared, but rather to be figured out. The result? 33 million in China thus far, with Tatler Asia calling it heartwarming, a stellar spectacle of humanity, bound by common goal and cultural exchange, proving that connection is what you do together, not who you are.
I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Good.
Meanwhile, Asian parents called Rocky and Grace's heroic feats adequate. The whole region values STEM subjects, so of course it's Asian parent approved. The audience grew from sci-fi nerds to STEM field trips for families, matching well with Dr. Gosling's intentions. The future is not to be feared, but rather something to be figured out. I really wanted that for my kids. I look for those films for our family, and there aren't many. I feel like everything is trying to scare them. The result, $16 million in South Korea, with local media praising its theme of solidarity and science. And I'm gonna guess for not being another seizure-inducing Pixar clone with Western politics. Instead, Dr. Gosling wanted to feature this. Andy Weir's book is a beautiful message of hope. It's not unearned optimism. We're great at solving problems. History is made up of impossible things that human beings made possible. The result, $1.6 million in the Philippines thus far. Despite high gas prices, audiences here made it the biggest non-franchise movie, bigger than Oppenheimer and F1, with 8list.ph in awe of the goodness and potential of people, while Esquire PH found it to be an inspiring reminder of selflessness. In contrast, Lifestyle Inquirer found it enjoyable, if a little too fictitious, for the current state of the world. Well, even Eva Strat knew that we wouldn't share resources and ration and stuff. But like I said in my last video, we've got to work it out. Speaking of Eva Strat, gentlemen, what is it about the times we live in today that makes an overly clothed woman seem so, well, spicy as sambal from Indonesia? Where PHM just released and is tracking above 2 million over the weekend, appreciating the Spielbergian feel and anti-nihilism flavor for a change. Meanwhile, in Japan, PHM took in 24 million, with audiences praising its narrative sincerity and tangibility in an era of AI slop. I'm sure it just wasn't the corduroy. As well as a cultural glint of hope. They loved that Grace was a teacher first and a hero second, resonating with Japan's respect for teachers and logic. But then, the throne was reclaimed by Doraemon. I love Japan. And now for the pattern interrupt. Did you know that Dr. Grace is sporting a Tag Heuer connected Calibre E5? It's Swiss, it's caliber, but I'm going to make it Calibre, see? A bit rich for a school teacher's salary in any economy, putting the fiction in science fiction. But my remark stems from jealousy. Speaking of stems, PHM has gone ballistic in India now that Dhurandhar has stopped revenging, tracking beyond $8 million and surpassing Interstellar's opening. The Times of India noted that it respected the audience intelligence and broke new ground in heart rather than politics. Again, it's a region that values STEM, which means Asian parents would be disappointed if Grace and Rocky failed to save the stars, and that they only saved 2 stars. Only saved 2 solar systems, hiya! In Singapore, it hit $3 million, which means 5 people watched it in IMAX. Singapore expensive lah! Now what about that Singaporean soldier with the stomach flu whose body refused to accept any food or joy? Sean Tan of the Singapore Armed Forces Reservists Association says, watching it completely overrode the physical misery I was in, transporting me somewhere far beyond the discomfort of my body, adding, at its core, Project Hail Mary isn't really about space or science or even survival. It's about the bonds we form, especially when we're at our most vulnerable. With others in the region, PHM is tracking to make above $105 million in Asia alone, giving it the escape velocity to hit break-even point. A testament to what happens when you make a movie with universal themes like selflessness, smarts, and a bit of daring do. as opposed to... Big thanks to the articles. The links are in the descriptors. Please give them a read. But I'll finish with this from Sean Tan again. You're battling stomach flu, questioning every life decision. But Project Hail Mary hits so hard, you forget the pain. Cry over an alien friendship, and somehow leave the ordeal thinking, worth it. And worth it are words we're using in this time of car owner virus and gastrophage. Some have even started rationing. So it's refreshing to see a movie that doesn't offer just escape, but a blueprint for action in real life. That is, it might be a good idea to not wait for hope, but to create it, build it. We can science the shit out of this crisis as much as we can through solidarity and sheer competence. Life is hard, but the future need not be a Mad Max movie. It may seem like a long shot, but remember, you're smart. You'll figure it out.